Hello people, so it's the 9th of January 2019 and I thought I would do a video on what I think is going to be my approach this year in regards to gardening, but probably will change or be adapted. But so here we go, real seeds. Now I'm going to put a link in the description box below, but I really think this is a first-rate website. They really seem to care about the product that they are producing, and they give some lovely advice, and they're also encouraging people to save their own seeds as well. So they're actually giving advice to people that could cut into their own profits. So it's pretty clear that this is an ethical company, and they're very much concerned about maintaining heritage varieties of plant, etc. Here we go. I hope you can see just there, look. Rated Best Buy by Ethical Consumer Magazine. So that sounds good, doesn't it? So the other day I ordered some seeds from them, and what I ordered was very traditional here, leaf beet, perpetual spinach. I'll let you, pause the screen if you want to read the text there, but very well presented and good price as well. 300 seeds for £1.97. So I've ordered some leaf beet, perpetual spinach. Okay, so here I've ordered some Fordhook giant chard. So you can see, you get a nice little picture there. Once again, if you want to pause the screen, and that's 300 seeds for £1.82. Okay, so another load of seeds I've ordered. Fordhook giant chard. I'll just pan the camera across so you can, if you wish, you can pause the screen and read the text there. Nice little picture. Turn the light up on the camera, hopefully you can see a bit better. There you go. So that's 300 seeds for £1.82. Very good value again, methinks. Okay, so I think these are going to be, excusez-moi, incredibly cool, all going well. Bennings Green Tint. So take a read of that. Dates from around 1900 or a little earlier. And look how cool these look. Look at that. Doesn't that look brilliant? Lovely looking old-fashioned squash there. And apparently the vines are very vigorous and they produce squashes, or you harvest them when they're about 2 to 3 inches across. So loads of small little squashes, I'm hoping. And as I stated, the vines are meant to be vigorous. So I'm thinking of growing them, up fences maybe, and making some really cool constructions and just having squashes everywhere. That sounds like a great way to spend someone's time, really, because I think it's just going to look great, and a bit of ornamental stuff as well. And so you've got 12 seeds there for £2.18. So I think that's very good value, and a lot of this to me is, carrying on growing keeping going an older variety, and I think, and they just look like a real curiosity, so it'll be very, very interesting to see what they turn out like. Okay, so another plant I've ordered, or seeds, Verde di Milano, dark green dwarf bush courgette. So there you go. They look sort of like, what one would expect a courgette to look like. But the reason I've ordered this is a small bush, not a vine, making medium-sized, very dark green leaves. Good choice for those of you with a tiny plot, and also for all those with a huge plot who are just always hopelessly over-optimistic about how many different things can be squeezed in. So there you go. So the reason I'm getting them basically is, I like the sound. Verde di Milano sounds rather exotic, doesn't it? And also the fact that, the vegetable patch is not the biggest in the world. So, I want some small plants that, produce well, hopefully. So there we go. That's what I'm getting from this company here. Okay, so I'm not going to buy any more because I ordered them the other day. But just for argument's sake, I've just, in theory, gone onto the ordering page. But this is something that people will be very interested in. If it comes into focus, they'll be interested in it. There is a subsidised option for low-waged, unwaged UK gardeners with regards to shipping. So, like, how much you pay for it to be delivered. And please don't quote me if I'm wrong here with regards to the normal payment. It was about £1.50 or something for delivery, or something along those lines. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, under normal circumstances. But, for low-waged or unwaged UK gardeners, it was about 50 pence, give or take. So, they really are trying to do their bit here to help people with regards to, continuing the heirloom traditional varieties, and also allowing people who are financially challenged, so to speak, in order to carry on this sort of tradition and hobby almost, or hobby, tradition, occupation, whatever. So I recommend this company. I've ordered plants from them before, melon seeds and things like that, and good quality, nicely presented. Here you go, I'll just give you an example. So the real seed catalogue, these are some seeds I ordered last year. These are melon seeds, but this is what you get. So you get a really nice little packet here. They're presented almost like hand packaged, really. A really nice little packet here you get, with a little bit of, a bit about the variety as well. And in the back, you're getting a bit about, usual stuff, how to set them on a nicely sort of presented piece of paper. So definitely a company that takes pride in, from what I could see, their whole sort of business, really. And we'll just finish the segment on this website here. So, why grow real seed? And you're really getting a breakdown of why to grow real seeds. So, I suggest you give this company a look, even if you don't buy anything. Just have a look and just sort of think, excusez-moi, somebody at the door. So here are some testimonials on there of people. There you go. Not going to read it out. Pause the screen if you want to read it. But, certainly appear very much worth. And here you go. Why save your own seed? I'll just click on that. There you go. So, there you go. A bit about UK energy production, and you really want to give these guys a look at. And, if you see fit, if you're able, if you wish to, if you want the plants, supporting them could be a nice thing to do, I think. There you go, enough on that. So yeah, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so if I sound a bit stuffed up, you know why. So yes, basically the approach I'm taking this year, so you probably worked out I'm doing a bit to support, heirloom plants, heirloom companies, things like that. And I'm also going for a much more minimalist approach to what I'm growing. For instance, I'm going to be growing a lot of perpetual things, so like chard and spinach and maybe some kale, but I've got to be careful that I don't overdo the kale in the same spot, because you can get club root. So do a bit of research on that one. But yes, so spinach and Swiss chard, I'm going to go very heavy on those, because you just keep picking them, and if you haven't got much space, if you're time critical, or you just don't enjoy gardening that much but you want to grow a little bit in a small space, perpetual varieties, perpetual spinach and chard are great for that. I'm going to do a bit of my exotica erotica growing. I'm going to be having a bit of the old, melons, all being well, bitter melons, and, them French sort of warty Prescott, or whatever they were called, ones that I set the other day. So I'm going to be doing a bit of that. I'm going to be going quite heavy on the flowers this year, because that's something I really want to get into. My geraniums are under these, net curtains. ones I said earlier in the year, because it's relatively cold at the moment and we're getting a few frosts, or close to frosts now. I'm going to be setting some sweet peas as well, so sweet peas, geraniums, maybe a few marigolds. There's all sorts of flowers I'd like to grow. I'm going to be growing some tithonia as well, so I've got videos on tithonia, and if you Mexican sunflower is the other name, but if you're not if you're not aware of tithonia, I suggest you look them up, because the bees love them. The plants can get big. I've seen them like 7-8 feet tall, and they're just beautiful yellow flowers, and the bees will just completely smother them, so they're good for nature as well. So yes, definitely going to be thinking a bit more about the ecosystem this year. Last year was very much, I was very, very busy with work, so I only had a limited amount of time and resources to dedicate to gardening, because of course, you only have so many hours in the day, so there we go. But yes, so ecosystem, I'm going to be doing a lot more composting, and I'm probably going to be installing a new water butt. And I think this is very important, because if you think of last summer, just how long, dry, hot it was. It didn't rain round here for about 2 months. That's what it seemed like. And then when it did rain, it wasn't much at all. And some people's lawns got completely destroyed, man. I mean, honestly, we're talking about them go, yellow and brown, and they still haven't recovered. But there we go. But yes, so installing a new water butt, composting, vegetable peelings, whatever. Old vegetable plants that I discard of, going to be composting them, and probably going to be getting some manure as well, and starting to mature a bit of that. So yes, all sorts of things on the cards, and I'll keep you posted. So if you've got any questions, just post them down below, and and I will answer them. So I'm going to go outside and I'll show you a little bit about the growing patch. But down here, look, remember I did another bucket, so I've got 8 buckets here, and this, as I stated, these are mainly going to be dedicated to melons and bitter melons, and I might even grow a few tomatoes in here. But I'll probably be growing bush tomatoes, ones that like tumbling toms, ones that grow over the edges or whatever, because I want to keep the garden high productivity but low maintenance, whilst working towards the ecosystem, working towards having an efficient garden that doesn't require too much in the way of time or input, but yet is still going to be very rewarding for the effort given. So this is my approach this year. So far so good on the cherry tree that I moved the other day. Hasn't blown over yet or anything like that, but I really do need to stake it. So I'm going to probably go and purchase a stake, but that's looking pretty good. So I'm very happy that still solidly there. And I'm just really getting excited about my little fruit bed I want to put in here, Oh, it's tempted to... See, it's so tempting to put some, when these are done, to put some put some gooseberries in here, and some gooseberries in here. The temptation is there. I've got the plants could get a big size, but I tell you what, let's just do it. We're going to have a gooseberry here. That's the decision, and I will be putting that in soon. Gooseberry there. Okay, so all in all, this is going to be the vegetable patch of magnificent, epic, and truly huge production. That's the gate just swung, hang on. Okay, so back to the vegetable patch of epic proportions. So basically, spinach is such a great thing to grow, because what you do is you set the seeds, and you plant them out in sort of like late May, mid to late May, and then they'll come into production by July, so to speak, and they will continue to produce until the following spring. So you can literally have almost a year's production of spinach from one plant if you keep picking them. Okay, something else has been eating these, but that's how it goes. You keep picking it like that, take it off, perpetual, and it will regrow. So very much a worthwhile crop. And you can imagine if I'd thought a bit differently last year, I could have still had a whole row of spinach literally down there or whatever, all in productivity now. And some chard as well, a very good thing. So I'm going to be having a few courgette plants here, and what I'm probably going to do, just to be extra cool, is grow some of them. When I get them squash plants come, literally have squashes growing up the fence. I've got to sort that post out though, because that's I've done a temporary bodge job to fix it, but I need to replace it really, because one day it's just going to blow the whole fence over. So that's a job that needs doing. But yes, so growing squashes up here, and I just, you know, honestly man, this is going to be so cool when it happens. And what have we got? Yep, the Tayberry, that's all ready. I propped it up using a incredibly technological trailing system there of 3 bamboo canes, which will just keep it off of flopping everywhere. And you know, I'm expecting that to just be massive production of Tayberries in a few months time. So excellent. One of my home grafted trees here. Doesn't that look amazing? So yes, might even get some apples this year. Because I was incredibly clever, I forgot the name of the variety that I grafted, but I'm sure that yes, anyway, but that's a lesson for people. When you cultivate things, graft, whatever, make sure you remember, or ideally write down the name of the variety, you know, so you don't forget. But this really has grown well. So you can see where I did the original graft down here, look. And that was the scion from there to there. And all the way up here. I got the scion from the Fruitwise Apples channel, the Fruitwise YouTube channel. He gave them away for a few years for free. Very kind chap called Stephen Hayes. And what I'll do is I'll link his YouTube channel at the bottom, because you want to be looking at that. So Fruitwise Heritage Apples, you want to be looking at that, and the Real Seed Company. So yes. So there you go, a bit of a talk about my approach, and I'm getting really sort of ready for it now. I imagine a lot of people out there as well are getting a bit itchy to get cultivating things. As you know, I've done a little bit of getting things going, but only under very controlled conditions, because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want you to waste your time. So, you know, hold your horses in many regards. Planning, organisation, thinking, preparation. That's the thing to be doing now. And if you've got, you know, you fancy a bit of a dabble with a bit of cultivation, just make sure if you do it that you're, what do you call it? Make sure that you've got everything organised and it's done under controlled circumstances, because you don't want to waste money or time. You want to have a productive garden. That's nice. So if you like my work, I really do appreciate it. I'm getting some lovely comments from people. New people are finding my channel all the time, so I'm very, very happy about that. And if there's any way, you know, I can help you with regards to gardening, whatever. I don't know everything. You know, there's a lot more knowledgeable people than myself out there. There really are, and you can find a lot of those on YouTube as well. So, and books. So much information out there. So if I can help you, please feel free to comment down below. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And I want to do another profile, but doing the profile videos for someone like myself who's not the best at the technological side of things, they take me a bit of time. So that's a project that I really do want to get into, keep, you know, letting people know about well-known gardeners, because I think that's very important. So speak soon, and all the best with your gardening efforts, and keep warm. Spring is not far away now. Hey, Betty's.